Hello and welcome back to Lochs Play. I'm Lochs, and today we're going to be jumping back into The Sims 4 to continue my Destinations Challenge. For my Destinations Challenge, I have to pick a pack, travel to the world that came with it, and I'm not allowed to leave until I finish absolutely everything that pack has to offer. We've already completed all our goals in Granite Falls and Sulani, and now we're going to head to Evergreen Harbour, the world that came with the Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle expansion pack. And we have a heap of goals to do there. We've got a career, 2 aspirations, 2 skills. I want to enact 2 neighbourhood action plans in all 3 neighbourhoods, green initiatives and modern development. We'll get to that later. And I also want to make all 3 of the eco footprints green. And because we don't have any collections that come with this pack, instead I'm going to be fizzing every single juice, seltzer and kombucha, as well as fabricating every single piece of furniture in every single colour. It's going to take a while. But before we get into any of that, we have to head back to Sulani and pack up our island life. So essentially, I'll take everything that I can fit in my personal inventory, including all of these shells that I've just scattered around the beach. I mean, I could pack all of these in my household inventory as well, but I think I prefer the idea of starting a garden afresh. And I mean, the carver bowl, why not? Ice cream maker. And I think that's everything. Oh, he's got level 9 gardening and another bloody discovery quest. Leave me alone. I've got like 6,000 hours in this game. I don't need a discovery quest. Of course, we have to take our shower tub. I just realized that this is not aligned. Let's just quickly fix that. We'll leave these fish in fish jail, and I think that's everything. Oh, my laptop. That's the final item. I think we're ready to go. Alright, one last goodbye to the beach house and Muapalam. Goodbye to the farm, to the elms, to the dog. If you get that reference, please write it in the comments. I think we may be in love. Alright, let's go. Okay, the Sulani era is officially over, and here is our new home. This is Evergreen Harbour. Grimm's Quarry, this suburb up in the top left, you can see that it has all the particles and the god rays. Those effects mean that there is a good environment in that neighbourhood. Whereas you can see down here in Port Promise, we have all these brown smog clouds. That means it's an area with lots of pollution, and this is supposed to be like the industrial port area. And then over here in Conifer Station, this neighbourhood is neutral in its environment. These lots here that have the broken fence icon, they're community lots, and we can actually vote for them to be either a makerspace, a marketplace, or a community garden. And I want to have one of each in each neighbourhood. But of course, first things first, we have to move in. So I'm just going to choose this lot here, which looks like it has stacked shipping containers. And unfortunately, we have to evict Mr. Fenn. I'm so sorry about it. And let's sell all our furniture, rest in peace, and buy this furnished. Why not? It's off the grid, reduce, recycle. We are fully equipped to handle that. Let's go. Gain 1 million simoleons in a single household? Seriously? How? That's wild. Wait, what the hell? What's going on with my household funds? Minus 10,000? So I was a little confused because it said 1 million simoleons in a single household, which we also haven't achieved. Maybe this is a glitch attached to the new update or something. Okay, so household funds glitch aside, here is where we have moved into, and it's a pretty stark contrast to the pristine Muapalam. So you can see that there is essentially trash everywhere. This is all rusted, there's a burnt out car, bathtub, all this litter. It is a pretty awful place, and we have the ability to improve it through a few ways. One of the main ways is going to be through neighbourhood action plans, but you can also see that other items come with an eco footprint, including ones like the solar panels that we've brought with us, and same with our turbines. But it's not just furniture. You can see here that insufficient funds. I don't even have $1. For instance, this metal wall that came with Strangerville has an industrial footprint of 2, whereas the natural curves wood that we used in our house in Sulani has an eco footprint of green. So the walls to make this shipping container aesthetic are actually causing an industrial footprint, whereas the grass on top is causing a green eco footprint. It's also a bill discount item, which is rated for us as well. So depending on how we play this, we should be able to clear up this smog and improve port promise. Speaking of, let's clean off our solar panel. Of course, Lochs is in his little swimming shorts. Oh, hey neighbour, do you want to learn how to make a difference? If you've got a minute, I'd love to chat with you about how your vote could make this neighbourhood more green. So this guy here, Knox Greenberg, is one of the pre-made sims that come with this expansion, and he is an eco master. So he comes around and lets you know how to influence the votes to make them more green. And he's saying that green initiatives, eco-friendly appliances, and clean energy production will all improve the eco footprint of our neighbourhood. And honestly, I'm happy with almost all of those because I'm participating in them. If those neighbourhood action plans are enacted and you're not following them, you gain fines, which can make it really, really frustrating. However, I also wasn't expecting to have, well, now 0 simoleons, but previously minus 10,000. I was expecting to have like 60k, so we've got a little bit of a hurdle to overcome there as well. Speaking of, I may have to do the old trustworthy surveying and selling my research data just so I can have... Wait, what the... Okay, I'm so confused. Alright. I'm really not sure what's going on with my household funds. I have never, ever earned that amount of money in the game. I've gotten to 1 million before, but never to the maximum. So I'm just going to quickly check the footage, figure out what that should be, or I'll just set it to 0 and we'll do the whole rags to riches thing. Bear with me. So I'm looking at the footage now just before I moved into the shipping container home, and it says after selling my furniture and getting the furnished house, my remaining funds will be 59,015 simoleons, which is a little more reasonable than the billion and also a little bit better than minus 10,000 simoleons. We can do the rags to riches thing another time because I would rather not lose all the progress, especially when I spent like probably an hour in real life just surveying plants to get those funds. So let's go back into the game and apply that cheat. And then I think it's just money followed by a number, which was what, 65015. Please work. Okay. Okay, so this is interesting. The fabulously wealthy aspiration, where one of the final hurdles is to earn 200,000 simoleons, it's saying that we've only earned just under 100,000. So I think that's accurate. I have no idea what is going on. So let's just turn chesting cheats off now and continue as if it never happened. So in the nature section of the aspirations, there is Eco Innovator right down at the bottom. And the reward trait for this is influential individual. And it says here, when influential individuals speak, everyone listens. They can get the community to cheer on a local hero or cancel them on a whim. I've never attempted to cancel anyone, but I sort of like the idea of doing it. Knox Greenberg, your days are numbered. So we've already got the first of the milestones, which is have 5 community influence points. I think we have like 1,000 influence points or something at this point, way more than we need. and then vote on one neighbourhood action plan, which we can't do until I think Friday, so we've got a little while. But in the meantime, we can work on the other aspiration that comes with this pack, which is Master Maker. The reward trait for this is the Muse of the Maker. Master Makers have learned all the tricks necessary to fabricate items at a reduced cost, which will be good for us because otherwise we will need a lot of bits and pieces. So let's get that started. Achieve level 3 in fabrication and recycle 5 times. So we already own our own fabricator. I'm just going to be a little bit cheaty and recycle 5 different times rather than selecting them all at once. So the first one, I've just turned a trash pile into 45 bits and 10 pieces. Oh, this recycled trash pile, perfect. Okay, we've just had Bess Sterling come over, who's an entrepreneur, the sinister to the Dexter of Knox Greenberg. And she's going to teach us about voting for profit. So let's go and chat to her. Profitable neighbourhood action plan. So she's recommending that we vote for modern development, tech support, and promote creative arts. So for example here, support the performing arts is already enacted. And you can see here it says professionals working in entertainment related careers can also enjoy increased pay while the neighbourhood action plan is active. So that's another way that you can play with these neighbourhood action plans. You can see that we have a neighbourhood action inspector, Wiki Teray here, and we can actually ask her to overlook issues. But I think we're fine at the moment. Maybe we need to upgrade our appliances to be more eco-friendly or something. I really don't know. Speaking of, let's actually have a look at this house. So I don't even have a fridge? What's going on? Well done. Looks like this household is in compliance of all neighbourhood action plans. You'll see a reduction in your next round of bills as a result of your commitment. So that's fantastic for us. So by clicking on our phone and then going to show bills information, here we can see how much power we are generating and how much we have in surplus. At the moment, my power is minus 5.23 per day, whereas my water is quite good. It's like plus 4.5 per day. So let's increase our energy production because we may need a lot of it. There is the option of using this household power generator, which uses fuel instead of being a renewable energy source. Even though this is quite an expensive item, you can see that its power production rating is 5, whereas my power production rating for my solar panels is only 2. There's also this atmospheric water generator, which also creates an industrial footprint, but it produces way more water. Because one of my goals while playing is to improve all of the environments, I'm going to buy some more solar panels. So we won't see the effect of the solar panels just yet because it's stormy, and that's another thing to take into consideration. If it's nighttime or if it's cloudy overhead, you won't be generating solar. Oh, I forget I'm still a mermaid. If you want to stop yourself being a mermaid, you just have to eat the mermaic kelp twice. Or is it 3 times? It's so strange to me that there's no feedback or effect from either becoming a mermaid or losing it. There's no like animation or whirl, even any music. It feels like they really didn't put much effort. Let's see if we can nurture our grubs back to good health. All right, no, they are alive. They're famished and health is declining. All right, I'm really sorry. Let's just nurture them a few times. Okay, Lochs' needs are so low. So let's, before he passes out, just go to bed, prepare for a shower. Oh, he should have showered before bed. The idea of like rummaging through trash and being so dirty and then jumping into the sheets just gives me the ick. But yes, I did see your comments on the last video and I'm going to try to look after Lochs a bit better in this episode. Alright, I'm going to recycle a couple more times. Oh, now it's getting hard to choose what to actually recycle. Poolside gnome, you have to go. It's order of elimination, man. Oh, install mush filter. Alright, I'm getting distracted. Okay, one more recycling and then we can go and explore town. Oh, a lump of clay. Why not? Okay, lovely, lovely. So, okay, fantastic. So that's all done. Now we can have a little look around. Despite my brief efforts, you can see we're still moving toward industrial. So we're going to have to do a lot more before we can actually switch from industrial to being green. So the first place I'm going to visit is this community space here, the waterfront. And at the moment, there's not too much to see here, so it's just going to be a quick dive. Okay, here we are. You can see here that there is a dumpster and a community voting board. Before any other townies start dumpster diving, I'm going to dive for deals and see what we can find. So all of the default community spaces will come with a dumpster, a community voting board, and a dumpster. There's also a community voting board right near our house. We are living just over here, and you can see that glowing orange in the distance is another one of those community voting boards, but you can also just use your mailbox as well. But if we click on here, there is a new option that's still closed. It'll open on Friday, but it allows us to vote on the community space. So that means that we can actually turn this into a community garden, a maker space, or a marketplace. So I'll have to decide before then which way I want it to sway, and then vote in favour for what we want. At the moment, I'm leaning toward a community garden. It'll allow us space to plant all of the harvestables we've already got in our inventory. But if we get a maker's space, we can get some help from the master makers to improve our fabrication skill. Plus, we don't have to buy the very expensive fabricator and candle making and juice fizzing stations. We just found a coffee table in questionable condition. So most of the time when you find some furniture in the dumpster, it'll be burnt out. It's why it can be great being a spellcaster, because you can just use Reparo and turn it back to its normal state. Okay, so we've dived as much as we can for today. But yeah, if we were to dive for meals, we can find not only like full dishes, like, you know, a plate of curry or something, but you can also find harvestables that you can then plant. But that's pretty much all we can do here until we turn it into a proper community space. So let's move on to our next location. Let's go and visit Knox Greenberg and the Greenberg family at their residence. Introduce ourselves to the neighbours. Alright, so here we are at Knox Greenberg's house, and you can see that they are quite eco-conscious people. They've got plenty of spaces to plant, and they've also got some renewable energy going on. Oh, a fire. Where is this fire? Okay, let's go and extinguish Knox. So the Greenberg household chose a few of the items that come with this pack, not only the turbine and the recycler, but also here is one of the fabricators, which we'll use to improve our fabrication skill, the candle making station here, and also this stall here where we can sell our goods. But I say while we're here, we help them set up a little bit of a garden using some of the harvestables from our house in Sulani. Speaking of gardening, I need to graft onto 3 plants, and I will need to do that within this Let's Play because I need a death flower to make one of the... And I will need to actually do that in this episode because I need to graft a death flower to make the kombucha, which is one of the final things we can make with the juice fizzing station. Knox is still burnt to a crisp. So for me to get a death flower, I need to graft an orchid with a pomegranate. And at the moment, I don't even have an orchid. But I can make one using a snapdragon and something else. I think it's a snapdragon and a lily, but I don't even have a lily yet. And apparently I never surveyed my snapdragon, so that's something we'll have to do as well. I was really hoping to use that barbecue to cook us a meal. But instead I might just eat a couple of harvestables. It's just okay, better than expected, lovely. We'll also mentor Knox in gardening to get up our social, which is doing it so quickly. Wow. Okay, amazing. Our hunger could be better and our energy is pretty low as well, but before it gets too bad, let's try to fabricate something. So these are all the options we have for fabricating at level 1. We have the eco upgrade part, a rug, an end table, a bookshelf, and a table light. You can also see that there are all these colors here. I could play this where to finish my destination challenge goal, I would have to make every single item in every single color, but that is going to be a lot. Even just to get through all of these is going to be a lot of fabricating. Who knows, eventually I might decide to make all of them. Oh! These animations are pretty fun, but unfortunately it looks like those bits and pieces were wasted. Oh, I got them back at least. Alright. Okay, attempt 2 to make a fabricated rug. It looks like that was successful, so in my household inventory I will have a fabricated rug. It's getting pretty late. Let's resume making this end table and then potentially get to, well, it looks like we're going to get to level 2 and then hopefully we can tick off another one of our fabricated objects. So we've just fabricated our second object. Oh, and we found a toilet. Quite an expensive toilet too. I didn't even notice that. That's interesting. The rug isn't saying fabricated by Lochs Play, whereas this one is the end table. Maybe the rugs just don't show it. I actually really like the furniture style that you can fabricate. I wonder whether I should sell this or recycle it. Let's just sell. Oh, I have some basil bushes. Interesting. I wonder if they were in my vertical planters. Speaking of, I'll just return it today so we can see what's going on. I'm going to get some vertical planters in here. I'll also get just a couple of standard planters as well. Can I get a nicer color for these? And a couple of planters down here. Yeah, let's go through. So I've got 5 of these seed packets. What I'm hoping for is an orchid. Come on. It's just bananas. I mean, plantain. Well, it was a waste of money. Let's see if that gives us something. So I've got 7 packets there, 217 simoleons. Will I get one thing that's new? Oh, I did. I got it. Oh, I hadn't gotten a daisy before. That's wild. All right. Well, now we've got more daisies. Okay, it's just all daisies. Okay. Well, we will plant the daisy. Some bluebells, begonia, and then I'll make sure I get the snapdragon growing up here. One thing I might do is actually upgrade these to be automatic watering systems as well. Well, we can do the watering system later. Let's shower and bed. Okay, it's morning time. I've just taken another day off from my conservationist career. And I just checked here, the dial is being turned toward the green eco footprint versus the industrial. It may be because of our plants or the vertical planters, I'm not sure, but I'm glad to see it moving in the right direction for us. Okay, so oh my gosh, your neighborhood's eco footprint is neutral. So now it's neutral, but it's veering toward industrial. So we still don't have enough green eco footprint items to actually push it that way. Ooh, so let's see what we can do. So my plan for today is to upgrade as many objects as possible. We'll use water recyclers on our shower and sink. We'll also make it so these are automatic watering systems. So they'll balance each other out, hopefully. So we're now generating a water surplus, lovely. So let's just bite the bullet and grab another one. Lovely. And I'll upgrade these to upgrade reinforced container. We're slowly getting our handiness skill up as well. We're up to level 7. Handiness level 8, fantastic. And let's recycle from inventory. And let's recycle that coffee table we found. There we go, mega coffee table. Oh, I can now craft an instrument, which is fun. Okay, another $2,000 from staying at home, which is fantastic. And oh, over here, fantastic. Well, first of all, let's harvest these soybeans and collect soy wax. So you can use either soy wax or you can use honey to make candles. Speaking of, we don't have any bees here yet. Birdie's bee box, lovely. And what color are we gonna go? I don't know what they're gonna use to pollinate. Yeah, that's their problem. But let's go and bond with bees. Hopefully they don't kill us. That would be a bit devastating. And they stung me. All right, well, that's enough for now. And I say we get some soybeans growing, definitely. If you have cottage living, you can also use the soybeans to make meat substitute as well, which is fun. Oh, these are already growing. Lovely. Oh, and I may actually use these last 2 slots here to just plant some morel mushrooms because I use them as fertilizers. They're so good. Speaking of, let's just straight away fertilize these ones. And I'll fertilize all the flowers down here as well. All right, so not a super productive day there, and he's famished. Let's go up and use this barbecue and hope we don't have the same fate as old mate. Oh, speaking of, one thing I forgot to do actually before I go to cook my first meal is to apply simple living. I don't know why, I always like having reduce and recycle and simple living. It just adds an extra level of difficulty to it where I can't just cook anything. I feel like it gives me more motivation to do gardening and collect all the things there. Let's just eat our fried plantain, grilled plantain. Oh, I forgot about this little planter out here. We'll do that later. Too much gardening for one day. So now that it's nighttime, we can see that we're not generating enough power to cope without the solar. We're sort of relying on the solar during the day, but we are just draining it overnight. And that's only going to get worse as we add more electronics, like the big fabrication machine and the juice fizzer. So we are going to have to fix that as well. We are still generating more water than we're using, but only barely. I would much rather have a bit of a supply. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy a couple of turbines. There we go. So we've got 4 dew collectors now. And let's get one more solar panel while we're at it. So now the place is just covered with energy production. How are we going? Yes, okay, lovely. So we are now moving toward the green eco footprint and slowly chipping away at that industrial level. So I'm very happy with that. We're generating heaps more water now. We'll eventually start to get a good surplus, and we're also doing better with the power generation as well. We'll do even better during the day. So I'm happy with that. We could go to bed, but why not camp out on our green roof? Lovely. Our energy is solved so quickly. My gosh. Okay. Look how much better I'm doing at need management, guys. I'm improving. Okay, it's Friday. I've just selected to have personal time off. This will be my last day as a Master of Marine Affairs. I think it's about time that I move on. So before I give up my ability to milk money from surveying, I'm doing one last round. Someone take away this iPad. But more importantly, we have just unlocked voting because it's Friday. A good side effect of me over surveying my plants is that we are researching them. We've now researched the daisy, but more importantly, the snapdragon, which confirms, yes, we have to graft with lilies to get orchids. Okay, oh, and with dragon fruits to get cowplant. Cute. So one of my goals in the short term is to find some lilies. I know exactly where to find them in Willow Creek, but I don't know where to find them within Evergreen Harbour. But I do have a few options. I can either set up a community garden and hope someone plants some lilies there for me to harvest, or I can use the order gifts function on a laptop to just buy some flowers. So that may be what I have to do. I could probably even get orchids through it now I think about it. And then I could just cut out all of my grafting needs. Okay, we've finally let Lochs out of the house, and we're here to let him use this community voting board and maybe do a little bit of dumpster diving while we're here as well. So here we're voting for what we want to turn this abandoned waterfront industrial space into. I think I'm going to go the makerspace. I think you can even just put one vote for it, but we'll give it a few, because I mean, I'm never going to get through like 4,000 influence points. And while we're here, let's also do a bit of diving. Oh, we found a sleepy time pet bed. And I'll also sell off this research data now. There we go. Look at it all streaming in. I'm glad I only had 10, because selling off those like enormous batches of research data was hurting my wrist. All right, let's recycle this pet bed really quickly, and then we will move on to petitioning for repeal. And we'll have to choose one of the neighbourhood action plans that we want to get rid of. So upcycling initiative benefits us a lot because we're using recyclers and fabricators a lot. Same with green gardening. We always have a good garden in a Lochs household. And maybe rock your body and mind is what we'll petition to get rid of. Alright, so now we have essentially until Monday to try to petition for 5 people to support our repeal. And then unfortunately it's going to be a whole other week until we can actually transform this to stop it looking so grubby. I think a good space for us to start petitioning for this repeal would be the Caboose, the bar within Port Promise, our local area, because we haven't been there yet. It's actually a bar that for some reason I travel to quite a lot just in my general gameplay. I don't know what it is. There's something about this sort of like minimal aesthetic. It looks like it would be like a trendy beer bar or something. It's just something I could imagine myself visiting in real life. Alright, happy hour, great for us. And then we'll start petitioning for repeal. You don't have to petition to people who live within Port Promise or Evergreen Harbour. You just have to be petitioning within the neighbourhood that that action plan will affect. So anyone here we can petition for. Let's try to build our friendship with everyone a little bit first. Enthuse about gardening. It looks like our love potion has also been made. Don't you dare touch it, Gunther. That's 50 simoleons I'll never get back. Maybe before I drink it, I set up our shower tub and fix up our hygiene. I love this, just doing a little bit of maintenance. Let's drink this love potion. Unfortunately, he didn't even drink the whole love potion. He got distracted mid-sip by Judith Ward and celebrating her celebrity. Right here is Tina Tinker, another pre-made sim that came with the world. One of the best things that we will gain from this friendship is going to be new fabrication recipes. We'll also ask for a repeal signature. Sometimes they do deny it. So we'll watch and see, based on the animations, whether she is... Oh, yep. Lovely. A success. Okay, amazing. So you can see down here in the Simology panel, down at the very bottom, it says here voting is open, influence points, and also what we're currently repealing. Rock your body and mind 1 out of 5. So we still need to find 4 more people that will sign our petition. Okay, let's ask for repeal. All right, so that was successful as well. All right, let's see if this works out for us. Rock your body and mind. Why not spend money to improve the environment? It worked. Even though I can see value in rock your body and mind, maybe when you only have 4 policies at a time, it's worthwhile prioritizing bigger issues. Okay, oh, so I thought we were successful there, but apparently we weren't. So 3 out of 5, we've just had our first denial. All right, he's tired. And I mean, why go home? When you can just set up your tent in the middle of the bar. Wait, did she just get electrocuted through the roof? Nowhere is safe. Nowhere is safe. That is wild. Oh, it's so funny. I've never seen that before. Looks like Monica is signing the petition. Lovely, 4 out of 5. Okay, so just 1 more now. Serena. Chief introduction, let's do this. Yes, will it work? I assumed from that animation that it was successful. Maybe she just wrote like get stuffed on the The petition. Oh, okay. So I've been going around continually trying to petition for repeal, and people are saying no, but I think it's because I already have maximum 5. So I'm not going to be able to vote on a neighbourhood action plan until that is repealed. Let's go to Sprucewood Square, the one over here. So this is another one of the neighbourhoods. Obviously when it's this rainy you can't see much of it, but there's this like unused railway here. Let's do a quick dumpster dive for deals as normal. But anyway, while we're in the neighbourhood, let's pop over to break in. No, let's go visit Tina. So this is Tina Tinker's house right here. So she has this sort of mansion right near the water, and because she's a master maker, we'll hopefully be able to use her fabrication machine. Okay, and there we go. We've just earned our last bit of money. Now, before I make any more, I'm going to find a job. Let's go to civil designer, which has 2 career branches, green technician or civic planner. We will almost definitely choose the green technician because they can kind of create some funky objects. Should Lochs Play get a jump start and accept the assignment? Why not? Acquire recycled materials. We can definitely do that. Oh no. Tina's daughter Olive has got the bag over her head as well. Okay, so we need to move here and get rid of this neighbourhood action plan as soon as possible. Okay, when do we start work? Monday. Lovely. And while I'm here, I'm just going to check out the purchase gifts section and see if there are any flowers. Oh, there are. Ooh, pomegranate we do need. Let's just get that. Tulip. Do we have tulips yet? I don't think so. Okay, so no lilies, unfortunately, but the pomegranate is very useful. Let's just go with that. So I'm still going to have to find a way to get lilies at some point. Okay, so we'll have a quick sleep at the Tinker household and then we'll actually start chatting to them and then do a little bit of fabrication as well. Oh, us fabrication mentoring. Amazing. Let's set our aspiration to be master maker again. So we still need to achieve 1 level in fabrication. Let's go for it. I really love this sort of cardboard dollhouse as well. It sort of reminds me of when Nintendo were doing all of their cardboard stuff. So we've made the rug, we've made the end table. Now to make a bookshelf. Lovely. Lochs has just reached level 3 of fabrication. Lochs can now craft the dresser on the fabricator and the cylindrical candle on the candle making station. Wonderful. So now our milestones are to achieve level 5 in fabrication, so we're 2 levels away there. Fabricate 5 items. After this we'll have 4 items and then we have to buy 5 dyes or have 5 dyes. You can also get them from dumpster diving. But let's just go ahead and buy a heap of them. 56 items in total and nearly $4,000 just in dye, but okay, looks like we were successful there. Hands on from being creative. Alright, that's all we have time for today, but make sure you press subscribe and come back next week for episode 2. As a quick recap of what we achieved today, we improved Port Promise's eco footprint from industrial to neutral. We got up to level 3 fabrication skill. We got to level 2 of the master maker aspiration, and we crafted our first 3 pieces of furniture with the fabrication skill, which means we only have around 97 to go. Let me know in the comments, do you think I'm going to be able to finish this challenge? It seems like we've got a very steep hill ahead of us. I'll see you next week. Bye.